If you're retired or about to retire, the tax rules just changed in ways that could cost you thousands of dollars every single year, and most people have no idea this is happening right now. Donald Trump signed a major tax overhaul back in 2017 called the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Parts of it are set to expire at the end of 2025. That means we're sitting in a 3-year window where retirees need to make some serious decisions about their money. Miss this window and you could be paying way more in taxes than you needed to for the rest of your retirement. I'm going to walk you through exactly what's changing, why the next 3 years matter so much, and what you can do about it before it's too late. The problem. Here's the thing most retirees don't realize. The tax rates you're paying right now are historically low, but these rates don't last forever, unless Congress decides to extend them, which honestly isn't guaranteed. We're going back to higher tax rates in 2026. Let me give you some real numbers. Right now, if you're married and filing jointly, the top of the 12% tax bracket goes all the way up to about $90,000 of taxable income. After 2025, that drops down to about $78,000. The 15% bracket we used to have comes back. The rates go up across the board. The standard deduction is also getting cut in half. Right now, for a married couple, it's over $29,000. After 2025, it drops back down to around $15,000. That means more of your income becomes taxable. And here's where it gets even trickier. A lot of retirees are sitting on large traditional IRAs, thinking they're being smart by not touching the money. But what they don't realize is they're building a tax time bomb. When you turn 73, the IRS forces you to start taking required minimum distributions. Those RMDs are based on your account balance and your age. The bigger your account, the bigger your RMDs. And those distributions are taxed as ordinary income. So if your IRA is worth $500,000 or $1 million, your RMDs could push you into a much higher tax bracket every single year for the rest of your life. Now imagine you're taking those big RMDs in 2026 or later when tax rates are higher. You're getting hit twice. Higher rates and bigger distributions. It's a double whammy that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your retirement. And if you pass away and leave that IRA to your kids, they're in an even worse spot. Thanks to the Secure Act, your kids can't stretch that inheritance over their lifetime anymore. They have to drain the entire account within 10 years. That means they're taking huge distributions while they're probably still working and already in a high tax bracket. They could end up paying 40% or more in taxes on money you worked your whole life to save. Exploration and development. So what do you do about all this? This is where the next 3 years become critical. You've got a small window to make moves while tax rates are still low. The first strategy is Roth conversions. This is where you take money out of your traditional IRA and move it into a Roth IRA. Yes, you have to pay taxes on the amount you convert, but here's the key. You're paying taxes at today's lower rates instead of tomorrow's higher rates. And once that money is in the Roth, it grows tax-free. You never pay taxes on it again. Not when you take it out. Not when you pass it to your kids. Let me give you an example. Say you're a married couple and your taxable income right now is $50,000 a year. You could convert another $40,000 from your traditional IRA to a Roth and still stay in the 12% bracket. You'd pay about $4,800 in taxes on that conversion. But if you wait until after 2025 and tax rates go back up, that same conversion could cost you $6,000 or more. Plus, if you're forced to take it out later as an RMD when your income is higher, you might be paying 22% or even 24% on that money. Roth conversions aren't right for everyone, but the key is to be strategic. You don't have to convert everything in 1 year. You can spread it out over these next 3 years. Convert just enough each year to stay in a lower bracket. The point is to take advantage of these low rates while you still can. Another thing to think about is your Social Security claiming strategy. A lot of people don't realize this, but up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxable depending on your other income. Here's a strategy that can help. If you're not taking Social Security yet and you're living off other savings, consider doing Roth conversions now before you claim Social Security. Once you start taking Social Security, your income goes up, which means you have less room to do conversions without jumping into a higher tax bracket. Use that time to convert as much as you can while your income is lower. Let's talk about charitable giving, because this ties in too. If you're someone who donates to charity every year, there's a really tax-efficient way to do it once you turn 70 and a half. It's called a Qualified Charitable Distribution, or QCD. This lets you send up to $100,000 a year directly from your IRA to a charity. The best part is that money doesn't count as taxable income. Once RMDs kick in, you can use a QCD to satisfy part or all of your RMD without increasing your taxable income. You avoid the taxes completely, and you still get to support the causes you care about. Estate planning matters too. If you've got a big IRA and you want to leave money to your kids or grandkids, you need to think about how they're going to get hit with taxes. Some smart retirees are converting their traditional IRAs to Roth IRAs now, paying the taxes themselves at lower rates, and then leaving Roth IRAs to their kids. The kids still have to empty the account in 10 years, but they don't owe any taxes on it. You essentially prepaid the tax bill for them at a lower rate than they would have paid. Here's the bottom line. We are in the middle of a once-in-a-generation tax opportunity. Rates are low, the rules are favorable, but it's not going to last. At the end of 2025, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act provisions expire. Rates go up, deductions go down, and if you haven't taken action by then, you're stuck paying higher taxes for the rest of your life. The next 3 years are critical. This is your window. You can sit back and hope Congress extends the tax cuts, or you can take control and make smart moves right now while you still can. Do Roth conversions while rates are low. Think about when to claim Social Security. Use QCDs if you're charitably inclined. Plan your estate so your kids don't get crushed by taxes. These aren't complicated strategies. They just take a little bit of planning and a willingness to act. I've seen too many retirees wait too long. They think they've got plenty of time, and then 2026 comes around and they're stuck. Their RMDs are higher, their tax bills are higher, and there's nothing they can do about it. Don't let that be you. You work too hard for your money. You save for decades. You deserve to keep as much of it as possible. Conclusion. So here's what I want you to take away from this. The tax law changes from 2017 are expiring soon. That means tax rates are going up and deductions are going down. You've got about 3 years left to take advantage of the current lower rates. The biggest opportunity for most retirees is Roth conversions. You pay taxes now at lower rates so you don't have to pay higher taxes later. You also want to think about your Social Security claiming strategy, charitable giving through QCDs, and estate planning to protect your kids from taxes. None of this is about avoiding taxes completely. This is about paying less in taxes over your lifetime by being smart about when and how you pay them. The clock is ticking. Every month that goes by is one less month you have to act. If you're retired or close to retirement, this should be one of your top priorities right now. Sit down with your tax advisor or financial planner. Run the numbers, make a plan, and start executing on it. Don't wait until 2025 when everyone else is scrambling. Don't wait until 2026 when it's too late. Do it now while you've still got time. Hit subscribe if you want more videos on protecting your retirement.